I'm going to be going over the winning long I took today. Executions are right here in my Discord. Discord is link in the description of this video if you want to join. We are in VC all of market open, just trading, chatting about ideas, all that kind of stuff. So let me just get straight into it. So what do we have in the daily time frame? Well, we still have that same high time frame narrative, right? We mitigate this daily gap and now we're heading back up. We have this abundance of low resistance liquidity leading towards the all-time highs. So overall, I am bullish narrative wise. You can see that previous day we kind of rejected off this 4 hour and headed lower, but we kind of just failed to sweep out any significant liquidity. We print this wick and then overnight starts expanding up towards this daily gap above. So immediately this daily gap is my draw on liquidity for the day. Now, what do I want to see price do to get to that daily gap? Well, what do we have, right? We have a unmitigated 4 hour gap right below us. So what I want to see at open is I want to see price open lower inside of this 4 hour gap to then get a trade towards this daily gap. Now ES, what does ES have? ES has this hourly intermediate low, or this 4 hour intermediate low right here, and it is also in the same situation. It just edged this low, but it failed to sweep it out, printing that rejection wick, trading back up, trading through these gaps to the left, trading towards this 4 hour intermediate high. So both indexes are looking pretty bullish, and overall in the day I am looking for longs. Let me just change color of this. Okay, there we go. So let me just get straight into open. All I was looking for was a open low high close. What happens? Well, pretty much price just runs straight into the daily gap. Why am I not shorting here? Just simply because what did ES do? Well, ES printed these triple equal highs at my stop loss and I was not trying to short, although I would have shorted towards the 4 hour if ES swept out these highs right here. Even though they're not a significant level, this is a significant amount of liquidity resting right here that I would count, especially with a draw of a unmitigated 4 hour gap with low resistance liquidity leading towards it, right? So I ended up fading out any shorts there. And now what I was thinking here was, okay, well, shorts of the gap is still possible, right? Because we could come up, stop rate this intermediate high, and then move back down towards a 4 hour, right? Because I'm not shorting as long as ES has these equal highs intact. That is a reason for price to come up and manipulate my stop loss, and I'm just not confident shorting in that kind of condition, right? So what do? Well, we actually start generating low resistance liquidity for quite a bit. You can see here generating low resistance. We have our 10 a.m. open. 10 a.m. open does what? We move up aggressively. We fail to sweep out any significant liquidity and we just move back down, generating more low resistance liquidity. What do? We finally hit this 4 hour gap, and you can see here that ES actually ended up sweeping out this 4 hour intermediate low. So we also print a nice SMT down here, and at this time I was looking for this 2-minute inversion, but you can see that we end up printing this rejection wick out of it at the time, and this is the inversion that I end up taking later on. More discretionary play, of course. What do we keep doing? Well, we have our 10:15 opening up soon, and we're pretty much just looking for 10:15 to manipulate and then show us any sign of distribution, right? What do we have? Well, we have our 10:15 open up right here. We have 10:15. Now what do we have on ES? ES leaves these equal highs above. It comes down, it sweeps out these equal lows, and where is ES in this expansion leg? ES is at 0.5 of this expansion leg. Grab the fib tool, the swing low to the swing high. We are wicking the 0.5 of this range. Pretty bullish, and yes, technically this is not true manipulation, but it is at the same time because ES is delivering off of this 4 hour gap right here. You can see 4 hour gap right there. ES is delivering off of it higher, so I really wasn't necessarily looking for that immediate manipulation. So like, I didn't really see a reason for ES to come down and sweep out this low, especially when the draws above are just so convincing for me. We have triple equal highs, and then we have triple equal highs, and then we also have equal highs sitting right there. So just a lot of buy side. We have 10:15 open lower. Overall, what have the market been doing? Well, 9:30 opens up, and we pretty much have just been accumulating. We have our 10:15 open up. What does it do? Well, it puts in an internal SMT inside of our high time frame condition, being this 4 hour gap. This means this is technically a stop rate and a valid SMT, and from here I was looking for an inversion higher to take out all this low resistance liquidity and target this intermediate high right here, this daily intermediate high. Now, what do we see? I did not want to take this 1 minute because honestly, I was not extremely confident. This is pretty discounted 1 minute, and we have just been creating tons of low resistance. So I wanted to see like price really flip significantly. I then marked out the 2 minute that I used earlier, and I told myself, okay, when this 2 minute inverses, I will enter in the trade as long as the candle closes strongly. What do we get? We get a very strong candle close on the 2 minute. Not only that, if we look over at ES right here, what is ES doing? ES is closing bodies above these equal highs towards all of this significant liquidity above, right, towards the 930 high and those triple stacked equal highs. Beautiful signature and price on both indexes. Not only that, what are we doing? Well, we're wicking outside the range, closing bodies back inside the range. We have tons of low resistance liquidity leading up towards a significant liquidity pool, right? So at this point, I end up entering in the trade, and if I just play it out, you can see my take profit gets hit. Not pretty fast, in about 20 minutes, but this was a very good trade in my opinion. I know a lot of people that took this. Great play. Overall lesson about this play was discretion is very important in your trading, right? If you realize that DOL is more important than trading mechanically, you will be successful. So, great trade today, honestly.